Yeah, man. Welcome back to Boy Alfred once again. Welcome to Wakati Avenue. And today's topic is on incels. Today I'm going to talk about incels and what my thoughts are on incels. Well, let's just start off right from the bat and describe to you what an incel is. An incel is a man, or even a boy, who, first of all, the word incel stands for involuntary celibacy, right? It's an involuntary celibacy sort of situation. And this is used by most men who decide to go celibate because of usually because they don't get along with women or do not get what they want from the women they want, right? Keep that in mind. Now, the main problem I have with incels is that they take the whole factor that the women that they want are not checking for them, and so that's beyond their control. Usually, rather, let me reframe this right. Usually, they want sex, and that's the gist of it. They want sex from certain women, from women they want, but because of rejection and probably getting ignored by certain women that they want, they kind of now back away from approaching women and then get into that shell of being celibate involuntarily, right? But if you take a look at it, it's because if you take a deep look at this, it's usually because of rejection, right? It's all about rejection. Now, one thing a lot of these incels don't get, right, is that all men do get rejected at some point. We do. All men do get rejected by women. No exception. You approach, you're going to get rejection. As long as you're approaching. Now, for incels, right, one thing I found out is that most incels, the biggest problem is that since they want the women that they want, right, they're stuck in thinking that the women that reject them are all they can get, or the type of women that reject them are all they can get. And so when these women reject them, what happens is that they think all women don't like them. And a majority of incels are indoctrinated by society thinking that only certain women are what they should go after. And that's why we have the 9s, the 10s, and all that, right? But what's a 9 to you? What's a 10 to you? That's one thing you should get or should know. What is a 9 to you? What's a 10 to you? What's an 8 to you? Looks are subjective. Now, not to go in a tangent here, right? But the whole point here is this, that it all ties back to rejection and the fact that most incels are not willing to go improve themselves. Now, improving yourself does not mean that you're just improving for others, improving for women. But in this case, if you're getting rejected, what else? I mean, what other options do you have? What are the, or how will you how will you minimize the odds of getting rejected? There's nothing else you can do but improve on whatever you're supposed to be doing. If you have to approach, you have to approach more girls. If that's what you want. If you want a chick, if you want sex. Because let's face it, it all ties to sex. That's why there's celibacy in that the whole sentence, that it's celibacy because you want sex. Face it. But because you get rejected, then you become like an ostrich who digs a hole and hides his head inside that hole, so that he can pretend that there's no danger, there's nothing else happening. But the fact of the matter is always that we as men, right, no matter how much rejected, how rejected we get, or how many rejections we do get, right, we still have the option to do or to get what we want. That's how it is. For me, incels, or the whole situation of incels, is more like I can compare this to a hunger strike. Certain people do go on hunger strikes in jails. They demand something, they want something. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But you're not going to, and this goes for most men who complain about certain situation when they can actually improve in them, right? Excuse me. If you know that you have what it takes to move forward and improve on something, you can't start getting into your turtle shell and being totally and withdraw from a situation. And that's where I actually have a problem with incels. They think that they do not have what it takes to get better and to get the women that they want. They take rejection personally. Trust me, we all at first, when we're starting out to approach chicks, always when we're younger or something like that, we always, for some of us, take these things personally, right? We think that probably that chick shouldn't be saying that. Why would she reject me? Look at me and all that. Once you take those rejections personally, then you have failed, because you're way too invested in her. Once you're invested in her, then you've already pedestalized her, and you're going to take things too personally. Another thing I've noticed about incels, like I mentioned, is that they think that now they do not deserve any other chick, or any other chick that they may approach will act the same way, and that's a big mistake. Not every chick will act the same way. Just because one woman rejected you, does not mean the second will. It might take time. You may have to approach more. Game Kings, Lacario and them, right, always say that it's a numbers game. If you listen to Lacario and Game Kings, right, they'll tell you it's a numbers game. That's true. Getting chicks, getting numbers, getting to them, and getting dates. It's a numbers game. There's no way out. You have to put in the numbers. You have to approach. No matter how much rejection you get, you have to approach. You can't get 1, 2, 3 rejections and then you give up. That's what incels are about. Another thing I have a problem with incels is that they think by being celibate, right? Yes, maybe involuntary, but you're being celibate, right? is that they expect the next person to change for them. It's not going to happen. Forget it. You think you being celibate and being on strike of sort will make the woman change her mind about you. It's not going to happen. No. It doesn't work. The world does not work that way. Unless you decide to be a priest of sort, or just you don't want anything to do with women and stuff, I get it. But if you still want to date, you still want to have sex with women, you still want to mingle, you still want to navigate society, you'll have to approach, you'll have to mingle, you'll have to socialize. There's no way out. Part of socializing is talking to women. It's part of, we're social humans. Humans are social beings, right? Part of it is socializing. Now, it doesn't matter, you don't have to socialize with every single person in the world. You can just have a certain group, a certain tribe. It doesn't matter, but you still have to socialize. Which means that you still have to approach. Approach women. If you want to date, if you want to get with them, there's no way out. Being celibate does not work. Especially for a man, and you're fucking horny, you want to have the sex, it's not gonna work. It's just like this semen retention thing. Let's just cope. Like I said, for semen retention, if it's something that you're doing for a while, that's cool. Because maybe you have something else to do, you want to hammer certain goals, and you just want to put away certain things and not focus on certain things for a while, that's cool. Otherwise, semen retention is just useless. I suggest you continue approaching, right? It doesn't matter if you get rejected. It's part of life. Rejection is part of life. Rejection is part of being a man. I've never heard of a man who has succeeded who's never been rejected. Yes, the amount of rejection may not be equal, no doubt. Of course, I'm not in denial here. Of course, there are much more attractive men who will probably obviously will get less rejection, right? They get rejected less by women, but it's the same thing, they're still going to get rejected. And besides, the way you take that rejection, the way you actually approach through that rejection, right, says a lot about you. I may not be that attractive, right? But if I get rejected, I don't throw a fit. I don't go about insulting and probably, trying to do some stupid ass thing to a woman who rejects me. I don't. But you take the same situation, right, and you probably get a much more attractive dude, right, than I am. He may not take rejection well. So it all depends. It depends how you take those rejections. If you're a soul loser, you're just a soul loser. No matter what you hide behind. You call yourself an incel, you call yourself whatever it is, right? You're just a soul loser. A man has to be a winner. You take rejection by the belt. Take it, and then you move forward. That's it. In fact, rejection should be a code of honor, man. Should be scars. Shouldn't matter. It shows that at least you're doing something and you're not complaining or sitting around thinking that being celibate, these women will change for you. It's not going to happen. Forget it. You have to change for you. Now, don't get me wrong. I know people will think that, oh shit, man, now I have to be approaching and loving these chicks. No. Have game. Know why you're approaching, first of all. What you want from the chick. If she rejects you, You have so many options, man. Like, how many chicks are there in this planet right now? More than 5 billion, probably. I don't know, but they're more than enough. So if you get rejected by 10 or even 100, so what? Fuck that. But also, all ties down to self-improvement. The more you improve on yourself, the less severe you will see this rejection be. You'll say, oh, this is normal. Why? Because you're improving on yourself, right? This is fucking normal. These rejections are normal. They're part of life. And it only strengthens you to do other things better. Never take rejection personally. You'll always find answers within those rejections. Why did she reject you, first of all? But if you're gonna go into that, withdraw into a nutshell or a turtle shell and hide from those rejections, yeah, I get it. It does hurt. But so what? If you're gonna hide from those rejections, right, then you're really not gonna see where you're going wrong. And that's really like a dude that's on his grind. Let's say a basketball player is on his grind. He's not going for practice. No matter how good you are, you still have to go for practice if you're going to play on the team. When you're in practice, that's when you're going to see your mistakes. Some of your friends may point it out, your teammates. Your coach will point out where you're supposed to be rectifying those mistakes. What you're supposed to be doing to be better. But if you're going to hide behind screens and the incels and all that, 3 years from now, you're still going to be the same. You're going to be crying out the same. And guess what? Those chicks are not going to be waiting for you and feel pity for you. They're not. Unless you want pity sex, which is one of the worst sex ever. A chick just feeling pity for you. Who the fuck wants pity sex? Men don't want that, man. So it's been your boy Alfred. That's my take on incels, man. Incels, as far as I think, or as far as I know, should get off their asses, right, and go get those rejections as a badge of honor that you're doing something. The whole point is that you gotta be just doing something. You can't just be sitting around behind your computer typing away thinking that these chicks are gonna change for you. They're not. You gotta be a man about it. Take those rejections. Don't be afraid of them. That's how you grow. And that's how you go beyond. Man, till next time, I'm going to stop there. Peace.